Okay, so today I'm going to explain you physical file structure. Means what are the files we are using in the database. Okay, physical file structure. So at the time of architecture, I have explained you about all these files, right? We have the control files, password file, and the data files, the redo log files, right?
Yes, sir.
So in the redo log file, what is there? Whenever you make any changes are there
The
in the
commit.
redo log, right?
Yes, sir. The committed data.
Yes. And data file, actual data is there. What is a control
Enter
file?
data.
Control file contains a checkpoint number. Okay.
System change number, sir, in the header files.
Yes. So along with that, we are also having another files. This is a password file, parameter file, network file. Okay. So I will explain you what is the use of all these files. So there are two categories. Physical file is having two categories. Physical file structure. So there are two types of files actually. There are two types of files. Okay. So these two types of files are called database files and non-database files. Database file and non-database file. In the database, there are two types of files, database files and non-database files. So what comes under database files and what comes under non-database files? So in database files are called CRD file. CRD. What is CRD? C means control file. Control file. R means redo log file. And D means data file, which you already know, right? Control file, redo log file, and data file.
Yes, sir.
So what is a control file? What information is there in the control file? So control file contains the database name. Database name is there in the control file. Timestamp of database creation. When the database is created, that information is there in the control file. Now where the data file and redo log file is stored? Name and location of data files and a redo log file. That information is also there in the control file. So control file contains all the information. Okay. And checkpoint number. Checkpoint number is also there in the control file. Checkpoint number. So all the information is there in the control file. So you need to remember, okay? You need to remember by heart. This is very important. Physical file structure is very important. You have to remember what is the use of all these files. Now we have the redo log file. What is the redo log file? Redo log file contains changes, right? Whenever you make any changes, log of the changes. Log of the changes are there in the redo log, right? Log of the changes. Whenever you make any changes, it's written in the redo log. Okay. Now what about the data file? Data file contains the actual data. Actual data. Actual data is there in the data file, right? Our actual data is there in the data file. So all these are called database files. These are called database files. So if any file is deleted, it will impact the database immediately. If any one of the file get deleted, it will impact immediately. Your database might be shut down. Your database might be shut down if any one of these files get deleted. Okay. So these are very important. Okay. Control file, redo log file, and data file. So apart from this, we also have the non-database files. We are having the non-database files. So what is a non-database file? So non-database files, first I'll start one database.
Yes, sir.
Database management system is the memory area. So if you want to get the data, first it will search in the memory. If the data is not there, then it will go to the database, right?
Yes, sir.
So how much memory you want to allocate for the database? There is no default memory. There is no default. We have to allocate the memory area for the database. You can see here, we have the system global area, right? System global area is the memory area. We need to give the size of the memory. There is no default size. So how much memory you want to give? This part is the memory area, right? This part.
Mm.
Okay. So we give the redo log buffer size, Java pool, large pool, shared pool, library cache, dictionary cache, data buffer cache. We have to give the memory area size 1 GB, 2 GB. Okay. But no need to give the memory size for all components. Just give the total memory 1 GB. 1 GB, 2 GB, whatever you want, you give. So memory size I given how much? 1 GB, right? Memory size given 1 GB. Okay. So if you give memory size 1 GB, then other component will be memory will be distributed automatically. Okay, no need to worry. So where we need to assign the memory? Where we give the memory area? That is a parameter file. Okay. Parameter file is very first file we need to start the database. If you want to start the database, first we need the parameter file. Okay. Parameter file is very first we need. So in the parameter file, we mention the memory, how much memory you want to use. We mention in the parameter file only. So if you start the database, then it will read the parameter file. So how much memory area you have written, it will take that memory only. 1 GB, 2 GB, whatever you have mentioned in the parameter file. So this is the very first file we need to start the database. Without this, database cannot be started. Without parameter files, database cannot be started. Okay. So parameter file is the very first file. So parameter file is the very first file we need to start the database. Without parameter file, database cannot be started. Okay. So parameter file name you will get like this. Name of the parameter file will be init. If the database name is prod, then you will get init prod.ora. This is a parameter file name like this. Or you will get, now we are using SP file prod.ora. Okay. This is called initialization parameter. Redo log, what is the format? Redo 01, redo 02 dot log. Data file format. Data file format will be data file dot dbf. Dbf is the format. Control file format is what? Control file. Control 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is. Control 01.ctl. CTL at the last. There is a control file. You can identify with a extension. CTL is a control file. If any file end with the CTL, is control file. Log, redo log, right? DBF database file. And parameter file, init prod or SP file prod. SP file. So dot .ora is the extension. Dot .ora is the extension. So the parameter file, it's the very first file we need to start, right? If the parameter file is not there, if you have all these files, data file, control file, redo log file, but if the parameter file is not there, you cannot start the database because first we need the memory, right? Without RAM, can you start your laptop? No, right? We cannot start. Even though you have all files, even though you have hard disk, everything is there. Without RAM, it cannot be started, right? Okay. So it's a very first file we need to start the database. So where is the location of this file? You need to remember the location also. I'll ask you. Okay. Location. Location of this file is Oracle home DBS. This is a parameter file location. This is a parameter file location.
Sir, in every DBI, like this is the location, sir.
Every Oracle
Mandate.
database, this is the default location for the
Okay.
parameter file. Okay. Just type change directory to Oracle home and DBS. Oracle home DBS. Now, how to know the working directory? PWD. This is a location actually, LS. List means it will show you what is there under this location. You can see here, right? SP file prod.ora, right?
Yes, sir.
Init prod.ora. SP file prod.ora. So if you create the database, the parameter file will be stored here only. Okay, always it will be stored here only. This is the default location of parameter file. So if you create another database, let's say I have another database, test. So for test, you can see here SP file test.ora. Each database will have one parameter file. How many databases you can create? As many you can create. There is no limitation. So once you install the MS Office, you can create any document, right? Many documents you can create. It depends on your hard disk, right? So here also you can create many databases, not only one. And any company is having many databases. So the parameter file is very first file we need, right? To start the database. Without parameter file, database cannot be started. Now what happened? Let's say database is running, right? Parameter file got deleted by mistake. What happens to the database? Tell me. Parameter file got deleted by mistake.
Or
After
the
you start the
database won't
database.
start.
Yes,
Database won't start.
database is already running.
Okay.
Database is already running and parameter file got deleted. What happened to the running database? It will get down, shut down or what?
Shut down, sorry. Shut down.
Shut down. But what I told you, what is the difference then? I told right. Database files means it will impact the database immediately, right? Non-database files means it will not impact immediately, right?
Yes, sir.
I told earlier, right? The difference
Yes,
I
sir.
told you. If non-database files got deleted, there is no impact on the database. It will still up and running. No impact on running database. Database will be running. But non-database file, I told you, database will get shut down, right? So if the database is running and parameter file got deleted, then no need to worry. Database will still up and running. Okay. Because once memory area is allocated, that is allocated while the database is up and running. Each and every time, no need to allocate the memory, only one time. So when you start the database, that time only required. Memory is required when you start the database. Once you started, then memory area is already assigned, right? Now database is running. After that, we don't need the parameter file. So even though parameter file is deleted, there is no impact on the running database, right? There is no impact on the running database. But what happens if the database is shut down? Let's say I'm shutting down the database and I want to restart. Can you restart? After shutdown, can you restart without parameter file? Tell me. I shut down. It's a very fast file. We need to restart, right? Start the
Yes, sir.
database. So parameter file is not there. How can you start? It will impact later, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
told you a non-database file deleted. It will not impact the running database immediately. Might impact later, right? So when you shut down and restart is not possible. For running database is no problem, but once shut down, you cannot start again, right? So this is also important. This is also important file, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For running database, say no problem, but later it will create the problem. So this is the parameter file. And you need to remember the location of parameter file. Okay. You need to remember this location. This is very important topic. Now we have the password file. So if user is trying to connect, then password file is required. Okay, password file is required. Now you are connected using the password, which is there in the password file. After that, password file got deleted. After you connected, password file got deleted. What happens? There is no problem. You will still get connected because you already connected, right?
Yes, sir.
But other user cannot connect because password file is not there. And if you log out and try to re-log in, you cannot because password file is not there, right? Okay. So password file is required to connect. And what is the location of password file? Password file location and the name of the password file will be Aura PW fraud. Okay, and Aura PW test. If the database name test, Aura PW test. You can see here Aura PW fraud, right? Aura PW test, Aura PW stdy. Each database will have parameter file. What is the location? Same location. Parameter file also same location. Same location of parameter file. Okay. Now we have the network file. What is a network file? See database, how you can connect to the database? Like you have the bank. You are using the net banking, right? Bank is having the database. How you are connecting? Using internet, right? So internet means nothing but IP address. You connected using the IP address only. Right? Using the network, you are connecting to the database. You are not connecting to the your data. The bank database is not there in your laptop, right? It's there in the server, bank server. You are accessing the database from the server, right? So how you can access the server? Using the network, using the internet, right? But Oracle database is very secure. It's very secure. Only network is not enough. Only IP address is not enough. That only IP address is not enough. We have to configure the Oracle network. Okay. Oracle network has to be configured. Then only user can connect. Only internet is not enough. We have to configure the Oracle network, both client side and the server side. So let's say this is a bank server. This is a bank server. Okay. Now client is trying to connect bank server using the Internet Explorer, right? All the other client machine, like your laptop. Many users are there, right? They will access the same database. This is a database server, right? So database is stored here. And all these are the client. Client will make the connection to the database. All they will connect to the database, right? All users, they will connect to the database. So this is a server and all these are the client. These are the client machine. Client means your laptop. You're connecting using your laptop. Other user also will connect using their laptop, right? Or mobile, whatever it is. You can log in using mobile also, right? So as I told you, Oracle database is having own network that is called listener. So on the database server, we need to configure the listener. Okay. We have to configure the listener here on the database. You cannot connect to the database directly. In between, there is a listener. It's like a security listener. And here we have to configure TNS name. On the client side, TNS name we have to configure. Okay. On all client. So this client will connect to the database server. Okay. This client will connect to the database server. So what happens if the client is trying to connect, first connection will come to the listener and then it will come to the database. Then it will come to the database. Okay. Listener listen the client request. So once you are already connected, then listener is not required. Once you make the connection in the database using Oracle network, after that listener is not required. It's only during you are trying to connect. Okay. Now you are connected. Users got connected. All users got connected to the database using the listener. Now listener file is got deleted by mistake. What happens? After user connected, listener is not there, deleted. There no problem, right? You already
Another
made the
user,
connection, already connected, right?
Yes, sir.
After that, we don't need.
Hmm.
Like you are going to the shopping mall, there will be watchman, right? Once you enter into the shopping mall, they will check, right? After that, no one is going to check, right? While you're coming out, watchman is not required, right? If you're coming out from the shopping mall, again it will not check, right? Okay. So even though it's only during the entry, only the entry. If you enter, that time will be checking will be done. After that, it's not required, right? Now what happens if the listener file get deleted? Then what happens? No problem, but new user cannot connect, right? New user cannot connect because listener is not there. And again, if you try to log after log out, you try to log in, you cannot log in because listener is not there, right?